Hello and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Majestic Life. Today I will tell you about top 10 most secure houses in the world. We all protect and guard our homes, but there are some in the world who go beyond protection to secure their houses with all the technology possible. Because being famous and rich also comes with a price. People try to enter without authorized access and break the privacy. So, to safeguard themselves from all these things, there are some well guarded homes where you cannot enter without permission. Also, if you try to break in, you could face some severe consequences like being stranded there forever or even death. Yes, such is the protection of these homes. So check out these 10 most heavily guarded homes in the world. Number 10 is the Fairfield Estate. Hamptons are the favorite place for the rich to spend their holidays. They spend all their money here. They must also take some precautionary measures for safety. Field Manor is one of the safest homes in the area, owned by a billionaire Allard. The estate itself is worth $200 million, making it one of the most expensive estates in the United States. Renard has spent most of his massive fortune by collecting art, and most of his ended works hung around his estate. Around $500 million worth, best of the best paintings deserve the best of the best security too. The estate is formed with a high-tech security gate, and by high-tech it means that only those who are invited are able to set foot on the grounds, let alone the buildings. It has bulletproof windows and enough security cameras to make the intruders think twice before entering. Renard is very conscious about the security of his 21-bedroom estate, which cost him a pretty a lot. The ninth one is the zombie bunkers. There hasn't been a zombie apocalypse yet, but it looks like some people are pretty well prepared. Just in case zombies do decide to take over the world, there is a zombie-proof house known as Zombie Bunker. Located in London, the entire house is built with solid concrete and movable walls, further backed up with thick iron sheets. Even the windows are backed up with tough concrete sheets. There is a drawbridge system for the entry and exit, and it is the only way in or out. If you have to get out, you might have to rehearse it first, which makes it clear that the architects did not risk our safety from any point of view. The building is not an aesthetic one, but who sees beauty when zombies are coming for you? You know where to head for it in that case. Eighth one is the Bill Gates home. Bill Gates might seem like a humble, friendly person, but that doesn't mean you sneak into his house whenever you wish. It is also known as one of the most expensive properties in the world, and since it is owned by a software expert, so why not it be a high-tech mansion, just as we are expert? To control his electricity bills from going off records by implanting mines and electrical fences, he has his house surrounded by a grove of trees and plantations which also give him privacy from the lurking photographers and paparazzi. Along with state-of-the-art security, he has cameras and heat detectors which alert the residents of any intruder from a mile away. If they have visitors, they have to wear a special pin which helps them to control the heating and electrical equipment around the house. No doubt, he lives in one of the safest homes ever. The seventh one is the Kardashians' home. After all the hatred for Kardashians and the incident of Paris, it is needless to say that Kim Kardashian has boosted up her security wherever she goes. After firing her bodyguard Pascal Duvier, she also increased the security around her own house without taking any further risks. The security team manning the area was background checked very thoroughly and only the best of them were hired. No one is allowed to enter the property without a pre-approved pat down by the security. Instead of taking one car, she had dozens of cars standing outside at her disposal which follow and mix up throughout the journey to make sure nobody follow her footsteps. Multiple motion detectors and hidden cameras are surround the property. Rumors have that there is also a safe room with state-of-art technology for many adverse situations, making the house as safe as Fort Knox. Sixth one is the maximum security mansion. The name of this mansion is not as pretentious as it seems. It is literal. The maximum security mansion in Evergreen, Colorado is definitely very heavily protected As a property spread over 32 acres, it has a $6 million security system which can put all other houses to shame. The best feature of this house is that anyone with an Apple iPhone can check into it and have a look around the cameras installed all through the house. The only thing needed is the login details and the security team consent. The property has an impressive thermal imaging by which any prints being left behind can be checked and recognized within 20 minutes, so beware if you break and enter this house. You might not get far with the super sensors all over the house. The house literally speaks for itself and lets everyone know about anything from the bathroom floods to the kitchen fire, accidental or intentional. The Corby's family homes. The Corby family residence, located in the Hollywood Hills of California, are known for their expensive and excessive use of security. The millennia residents for the property are very much protected by the biometric recognition software and earthquake prevention techniques. Earthquake-proof houses are common throughout the US. The Corbys have their house built of concrete buried up 30 feet below ground in case nature strikes. The house can also bear man-made disasters such as nuclear and chemical attacks. There is an underground bunker with enough supply of food and drinks to keep the family alive for 6 months. In case of an intruder, they do not need a phone but can call the cops from wherever in the house with the touch of few buttons. The well-stocked panic room, they have CCTV monitors which allow them to see the whole house and control the impressive release of fog to scare off burglars. Fourth one is the Ryongsong Residence. You might be thinking, in a country like North Korea, you would need a security system. A country called for itself if you only wear a pair of blue jeans. You may have to face a death penalty. This is another matter entirely. Until now, Logi's residence was located in the northern part of the North Korea, where the royal family lived. Not only does the place have the advantage of being in the deadliest mysterious country, but it also has an impressive interior said to be the safest place on earth. Kim Jong-un has done everything he can to secure his national security. The house is surrounded by electric fences, armed guards, and minefields. The walls are protected with iron rods and the concrete cover with lead is resistant to nuclear explosions. In the event of a disaster and rapid escape, the house is connected to the other royal residence, also known as secret underground tunnels. Also, even if the intruders pass through the gates and guards, God knows what kind of chemicals are released in the air when the alarm goes off. The third one is the Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace is a popular tourist trap in London, but on the other hand, it is the safest place in the entire kingdom and even the world. Some roads around the palace are closed at each visiting them, and police take control over some areas to restrict movement, ensuring that everything went smoothly. If you have been there, you might see the famous guard changing post. The guards carry a ring to ensure that no guard would sleep under his eyelids during the night's calm. In this system, the guards are supposed to call each other the whole night in loops, as in guard B would call guard D and guard D would call guard E, and this way they ring each other the whole night. Second one is the White House. You know that Donald Trump is the most protected president in the world. So the White House also has all the security measures you can or can't think of. First, the iron fence around the White House looks ordinary, but it can maintain internal or external influences on any car you can think of. The property has a dedicated agent at all the time to ensure that only friendly visitors can pass through the gate. The food scanning process is very impressive and is done one side to detonate everything. The White House also controls limited airspace because helicopters cannot be too close, and even if they are, the house also has bulletproof windows, radar, and infrared sensors that can detect even outside the house or unwanted movement at a distance. First one is the Kronstadt Fort Alexander. Russia's behavior is unpredictable. The fort was built to keep those who they don't want away from Russia's St. Petersburg. Moreover, you cannot access its properties. There are nearly 40 forts nearby, and among them, Kronstadt Fort Alexandra is the safest place. Although attempts have been made in vain to occupy the fort, people have given up time and energy to worry about it because the fort is too safe. The army installed 20-meter long piles that penetrate the ocean and strengthen the roof of the house. The security doesn't end here, but there are also 5,535 of these piles that cannot be overthrown. These piles have more layers, making them even more indestructible. The first layer is sand. Even if you get through it, the second layer is concrete, and then the third layer is granite. Although it has been abandoned now, trying to break it is not a good idea. New video uploads every week, so please don't forget to like, subscribe and share to our channel. Thank you.